Self-driving cars, the way of the future or a passing fad? Self-driving cars have been a hot topic in the automotive industry for quite some time now. However, some industry professionals and critics are skeptical about self-driving cars, calling them a passing fad. In this article, we'll dive into the benefits of self-driving cars, as well as the concerns and criticisms surrounding them. First off, it's important to understand exactly what self-driving cars are. Self-driving cars, also known as autonomous cars or driverless cars, are vehicles that are designed to operate without a human driver. The car uses technologies such as sensors, cameras, radar, and GPS to navigate the roads and make decisions based on its surroundings. Some self-driving cars may have a steering wheel and pedals, allowing the human driver to take control if necessary, while others may not. The biggest benefit of self-driving cars is the potential to reduce traffic fatalities. According to the World Health Organization, approximately 1.35 million people die each year due to car accidents. Self-driving cars could significantly decrease this number by eliminating the human error factor. Human drivers are prone to making mistakes such as taking their eyes off the road, driving under the influence of drugs or alcohol, or simply being tired or distracted. Self-driving cars are not subject to these issues, as they're designed to constantly monitor road conditions and make decisions based on what they perceive. Another benefit of self-driving cars is increased efficiency in commuting. Self-driving cars are expected to communicate with each other and make decisions based on the needs of the entire system, rather than just individual drivers. This could lead to reduced congestion and faster travel times, as the cars could work together to avoid traffic and accidents. Additionally, self-driving cars could potentially eliminate the need for parking lots, as the cars would be able to drop off their passengers and then either return home or pick up other passengers. Aside from these benefits, self-driving cars could also have a positive environmental impact. Electric self-driving cars would reduce tailpipe emissions and help to combat climate change. Self-driving cars could promote ride-sharing and the use of public transportation, reducing the number of cars on the road and therefore reducing congestion and pollution. However, self-driving cars also come with concerns and criticisms. One of the biggest concerns is the potential for job loss in the transportation industry. Self-driving cars would eliminate the need for human drivers, leading to job loss for taxi drivers, truck drivers, and possibly even delivery drivers. While some experts argue that new jobs would be created in the production and maintenance of self-driving cars, the transition could still be difficult for those who are impacted. Another concern is the issue of liability in accidents involving self-driving cars. If a self-driving car causes an accident, who is responsible? The manufacturer, the software developer, or the human driver, if there is one? There is currently no clear answer to this question, and it's likely to be a subject of much debate in the coming years. Privacy is also a concern when it comes to self-driving cars. Since these cars rely on sensors and cameras to operate, there is the potential for them to collect a great deal of personal data about air passengers. This data could be vulnerable to being hacked or misused, raising questions about who would be responsible for protecting it. Finally, there is the concern of regulation and standardization. Self-driving cars are still a new technology, and there is currently no set of standards or regulations in place to govern their development and use. Many experts argue that it's essential to have a comprehensive set of regulations in order to ensure the safety and reliability of self-driving cars. So, are self-driving cars the way of the future or a passing fad? At this point, it's difficult to definitively answer that question. It's likely that self-driving cars will become increasingly common and in the coming years, but the process may be slower and more challenging than some proponents expect. In the meantime, it's important for industry professionals, policymakers, and consumers to continue to engage in discussions about the future of self-driving cars. Debate and dialogue are essential to ensuring that these cars are developed and used in a way that benefits society as a whole, rather than just a select few. With careful planning and consideration, self-driving cars could truly revolutionize transportation and help create a safer, more efficient, and more sustainable world. Another concern surrounding self-driving cars is the ethics of their decision-making. If a self-driving car is faced with a choice between protecting its passengers or avoiding harm to pedestrians, what decision will it make? This is a complex ethical question that must be considered by both manufacturers and policymakers. In addition to these concerns, there are also technological challenges that must be addressed before self-driving cars become widely adopted. One of the biggest challenges is the development of reliable and accurate sensors and software. These technologies must be able to accurately detect and identify objects and hazards on the road in order to make safe and efficient decisions. Furthermore, SA technologies must be able to adapt to changing weather and road conditions. Another challenge is the issue of cybersecurity. Self-driving cars are heavily reliant on connected technologies, which makes them vulnerable to hacking and cyber attacks. These attacks could have serious consequences, leading to accidents, data breaches, and other security risks. Despite these challenges, many experts remain optimistic about the future of self-driving cars. Companies such as Tesla, Waymo, and Uber are investing significant resources into developing and testing self-driving technologies. Governments around the world are also taking steps to encourage the development of self-driving cars, with some offering tax incentives and investing in infrastructure. Another challenge that self-driving cars face is the issue of social acceptance. There are many people who are hesitant or even fearful of the idea of autonomous vehicles. Some worry that self-driving cars will be less safe than human-operated cars, while others simply feel uncomfortable with the idea of surrendering control to a machine. In order for self-driving cars to be successful, there must be widespread social acceptance of the technology. To address this issue, companies and policymakers can work to educate the public about the benefits and safety of self-driving cars. They can also involve the public in the development and testing process, allowing people to see firsthand how the technology works and how it can benefit society. Furthermore, self-driving cars have the potential to greatly benefit people with disabilities or limited mobility. For those who are unable to drive, self-driving cars could provide a newfound sense of independence and freedom. These individuals would be able to travel where they wanted, when they wanted, without needing assistance from others. Another benefit of self-driving cars is the potential for improved safety for law enforcement officers. Self-driving police cars could be deployed in situations where a human officer may be at risk, such as during high-speed chases or hostage situations. These self-driving cars could also be equipped with technologies such as facial recognition to quickly identify potential suspects. In addition, self-driving cars could revolutionize the trucking industry. Autonomous trucks could transport goods across the country without the need for human drivers, reducing the amount of time and D. Money spent on deliveries. This would lead to faster and more efficient delivery times and reduced costs for both businesses and consumers. Finally, self-driving cars could lead to a reimagining of our cities and urban spaces. With the elimination of the need for parking lots and garages, cities could reclaim these spaces for other uses, such as parks or affordable housing. As with any emerging technology, there are both advantages and disadvantages when it comes to self-driving cars. While the benefits have been discussed extensively, it's important to also acknowledge the potential drawbacks. One potential disadvantage is the high cost of self-driving cars. Currently, these vehicles are expensive to develop and produce, which could make them inaccessible to many people. In addition, the cost of maintaining and repairing these vehicles may be higher, as the technologies involved are complex and require specialized expertise. Another disadvantage is the potential for self-driving cars to exacerbate existing inequalities. If only those who can afford these vehicles are able to use them, it could lead to further economic divisions and disparities in access to transportation. Furthermore, there is the possibility that self-driving cars could lead to more traffic and congestion on the roads. Another concern is the effect that self-driving cars could have on the job market. In addition to job loss in the transportation industry, there may also be a decrease in employment in industries such as car insurance and auto repair.